So your seat good? Get the mirrors all adjusted. You can see everything okay? Just stay off the freeways, all right? I don't want you going out on those yet. Just leave your phone in your purse. I don't want you texting.
Daddy, okay.
Okay. There you go. Be careful.
Thanks, Dad.
Call me, but not while you're driving. We knew this day was coming. That's why we bought a Subaru.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends. Wednesday, June the 4th today is, and this weekend is a big weekend for our next guest. It is Art in the Park, or she says Art in the Park.
Art in the Park.
DIANA MOXON, good to have you here, Columbia Art League. And this is the big one, right?
It is. It's the big one every year. It's the big mountain that we climb every year.
Right. So how do you have time to come out here and visit today when in 2 days from now?
It's a miracle, Paul.
It's
a miracle. In fact, I'm actually cloned. I'm just the clone is here, and actually I'm back in the office.
Okay, so maybe some people that are new to this area, new to Columbia, Central Missouri, and they don't know what Art in the Park is.
That is possible. Art in the Park is a 56-year-old
56 years.
Fine arts and fine crafts festival that takes place at Stevens Lake Park. We have 110 artists who come to Columbia from around the country. Lots of them from Missouri. About 12 or 13 are from here in Columbia and from around Boone County, from further afield in Missouri, and then from Florida, Oregon, Texas, the Dakotas. People come from all over the place to come to our city for the weekend to show and sell their artworks. Now, remember somebody once said to me, "Oh, I thought it was just all paintings." And I think they had an idea of like easels under trees, and that was art in a park, very literal. But it's much more than that. So you can get, there's jewelry, there's ceramics, so you can buy
clothing.
There is clothing. There is, beautiful yard sculptures, wood turn bowls, fiber, photography, a little bit of everything. So, and people that kind of mixed media, there's kind of little fun sculptures that are made of recycled materials. There's really beautiful things to see. There's something for everybody at Art in the Park.
How do you go about choosing the artists that you are going to have in Art in the Park? Because there are literally thousands and thousands of wonderful artists in the country.
There are, and we have an application process. So artists submit their applications between November and February, and then we bring in 6 jurors who come in from across the state.
Do you help make the decision at all?
No, I don't vote, because I know everybody, and so I just can't get involved with the voting. So we have 6 jurors who each have a specialty area: photography, painting, fibers, or whatever. And then they look through all of the images. People submit images, and so we go through all the images anonymously. Each artist submits 4 photographs of their work, plus a photograph of their booth, and then they look through them all and they award points. And then whoever gets the most points are the 110 highest points awarded. They're the ones that we invite to the festival.
So how many do you judge?
Well, our festival isn't that huge. So our festival this year was about 170. It can be as high as 200. It really fluctuates between 170 and 200. Some festivals in other parts of the country are looking at 2,000 entries.
Oh my goodness.
But that's big festivals like Denver and Iowa. Des Moines is a huge festival. Ours is kind of a more of a mid-range festival. So it's not quite as onerous.
But what I'm so impressed is you can find anything you want there.
You can. Yeah, you can find. I say, it doesn't matter if you just turn up with $10. You can find a pair of earrings or a coffee mug or a great salad bowl, maybe. Or if you come down and you think, well, I do want to spend $2,000 and buy a new painting from behind my sofa or my office. There is something for everybody. And one of the things that we look at when we do the jury process is really that there is something for all wallets, that not everybody has a lot of money to spend on art. But if you can come down and buy a new coffee mug, or you can buy, do your Christmas shopping. So maybe you buy a beautiful scarf for, Auntie Joan, and you buy a beautiful metal flower for the garden that one of the artists has. There's all sorts of things to buy. But what I always say to people is it is important to think about it as a shopping opportunity. Because for the artists that come to the festival, who make the choice to choose our city, when, as you know, there are art festivals in so many other cities the same weekend. They've chosen to come and visit with us for the weekend. And so our job is to help them get a return on their investment and to go out and shop with them. So, window shopping is nice, but, bring $10, buy something.
Even if you buy, just spend $5 or $10. remember, this is how these people are making their living.
Exactly.
And it costs them money to come to our town, to come to our
It does.
area.
It costs them gas, hotel, all of those food, and then just the raw materials. They've spent all winter, making things for the summer. And then every weekend from spring through fall, they're in a different city. Which is why, Art in the Park is a rain or shine event. There is no postponement date because the next weekend they're somewhere else.
They're gone.
Yeah.
And last year, actually, I was impressed though, because we had a lot of rain. Yeah. We had a lot of rain. And I went on Saturday, and we were walking on these plywood sidewalks, makeshift sidewalks.
There was a lot of straw everywhere. It was very wet underfoot last year.
There were so many people, and everybody was happy.
Mm-hmm. The artists were great. The artists are more hardy than I am. I do this once a year, and it's everything to me. I mean, I want this to be the best party in town for that weekend. The artists that come to Art in the Park, every weekend they're setting up. In fact, just 2 weekends before last year, they'd set up in Springfield in May, and it had snowed in May. And so they were laughing at me being all kind of stressed about it. They said, don't worry, we do this every weekend. But I want it to be great for them. I want them to love Art in the Park and to love Columbia and to want to come back because, it is difficult. This year, of the 110 artists we have, about 30% of them are new, never been to Art in the Park before. And that's great to always have,
So they don't know what to expect in Columbia.
They don't. So it's always good to have fresh, fresh people coming through with new ideas. But, one of the reasons that we were able to accept more new people this year is there's a big festival in Omaha and they moved on to our weekend. And so quite a few of our regulars chose to go to a big city for a 3-day festival. And so that's always going to happen. But what is really great is this year we made it onto, there's a magazine, an artist magazine about art fair artists. We made it onto the top 100 list of Sunshine
Columbia
artists.
did.
Yeah, Art in the Park did. And that's huge.
See, well, that's really impressive. And a lot of that is due to the enthusiasm, Diana Moxon, the enthusiasm that you have for Art in the Park.
Yes,
and I know you work very hard, and a lot of people do at the Columbia Art League to make this a success and a lot of fun. So keep it in mind. It is this Saturday and Sunday. Everybody is invited to attend. There will be 110 artists there?
110 artists, yep. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Yeah.
200 volunteers making it all happen. Awesome
And
community.
everybody's smiling, and there are thousands, literally thousands of items to choose from.
There really are.
And the biggest problem you'll have is saying, what do I want to take home with me? Because there's so many nice things to choose from.
There are. And there's things for kids to do too. We have the kids' art spot where kids can go and make art and be inspired. There's the Young Collectors tent.
Right. And you'll meet your friends there too.
You will.
All right. Diana Moxon, thank you so much for coming by. For more information, where do they go?
They go to artintheparkcolumbia.org.
Okay. Or the Stevens
Lake Park is the location. Or they go to facebook.com/artleague.
Or they can ring you up for more information.
They can ring me.
Tomorrow, Native Plants and Central Methodist University Opera. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers, KBIA. Our floor director is Lowell Thomas, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mouser. Bye-bye.